ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरु वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सागररघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सागरललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी इति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणी निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणी जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे सॉरी हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। नमो ब्राह्मण देवाय गो ब्राह्मण हिताय च जगत हिताय कृष्णाय गोविंदाय ते नमः। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। कोटि वैष्णववृंद की जय। नामचार्य दास ठाकुर की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। सॉरी cold. Excuse me for any in between. I'm getting stuck. Hare Krishna. नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकीम्। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं। श्रीगुरु दीनदायनं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरं नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्ता स्वामिनीति नामिनि। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा dear everyone, welcome to today's class.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. So we are reading prayers of Pralhad Maharaj. So 7.9.23. दृष्टा मया दिवि विभो अखिल दिष्ण्यपानाम् आयुश्रियो विभव इच्छति याञ्जनो अयम्। ये अस्मत्पितुः कुपित हास विजृम्भित भ्रू विस्फूर्जितेन लुलिता सतो ते निरस्तः। दृष्टा मया दिवि विभो अखिल दिष्ण्यपानाम्
दृष्टा मया दिवि विभो अखिल दिष्ण्यपानाम्
आयुश्रियो विभव इच्छति याञ्जन अयम्। जनो
आयुश्रियो विभव इच्छति याञ्जनो अयम्।
ये अस्मत्पितुः कुपितहास विजृम्भितभ्रू
ये अस्मत् पितुः कुपितः सविजृम्भितभ्रू
विस्फूर्जितेन लुलिता सतु ते निरस्तः
विस्फूर्जितेन ललिताः सतु ते निरस्तः
दृष्टा मया दिवि विभो अखिलदिष्ण्यपानाम्
दृष्टा मया दिवि विभो अखिलदिष्ण्यपानाम्
आयुश्रियो विभव इच्छति याञ्जनो अयम्
आयुः श्रियो विभव इच्छति याञ्जनोऽयम्
ये अस्मात् पितुः कुपितः स विजृम्भितभ्रू
ये अस्मात् पितुः कुपितः स विजृम्भितभ्रू
विस्फूर्जितेन लुलिता सतु ते निरस्तः
विस्फूर्जितेन ललिताः सतु ते निरस्तः
Thank you. Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. My dear Lord, people in general want to be elevated to the higher planetary systems for a long duration of life, opulence, and enjoyment. But I have seen all this through the activities of my father. When my father was angry and he laughed sarcastically at the demigods, they were immediately vanquished simply by seeing the movements of his eyebrows. Yet my father, who was so powerful, has now been vanquished by you within a moment. Who will read the purport?
Can I read, Mataji?
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji.
Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Within this material world, one should understand by practical experience the value of material opulence, longevity, and influence. We have actually experienced that even on this planet, there have been many great politicians and military commanders like Napoleon, Hitler, Subhash Chandra Bose, and Gandhi, but as soon as their lives were finished, their popularity, influence, and everything else were finished also. Pralhad Maharaja formerly gathered the same experience by seeing the activities of Hiranyakashipu, his great father. Therefore, Pralhad Maharaja did not give any importance to anything in this material world. No one can maintain his body or material achievements forever. A Vaishnava can understand that nothing within this material world, not even that which is powerful, opulent, or influential, can endure. At any time, such things may be vanquished. And who can vanquish them? The Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, one should conclusively understand that no one is greater than the Supreme Great. Since the Supreme Great demands a sarva dharman parityajya mamekam saranam raja, every intelligent man must agree to this proposal. One must surrender unto the Lord to be saved from the wheel of repeated birth, death, old age, and disease. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. I'll read once again. Translation. My dear Lord, people in general want to be elevated to higher planetary system for a long duration of life, opulence, and enjoyment. But I have seen all of these through the activities of my father. When my father was angry and he laughed sarcastically at the demigods, they were immediately vanquished simply by seeing the movement of his eyebrows. Yet my father, who was so powerful, has now been vanquished by you within a moment. So, usually it is people want to do, sense enjoyment, and even in the as per the Vedas, because Vedas also, mostly 90% of Vedas speak about the sacrifices which are fruitive activity, like fruitive sacrifices, basically doing the sacrifices to get some benefit from some different demigods, right? So that is the intention. And why do they do that? So by doing so, you can go to higher planetary system. And it is said that compared to this material world, the happiness or the sense enjoyment, not the happiness, the sense enjoyment which is there in the higher planets are compared to 10,000 times more. And even that's their capacity is also more. So it's very high in the. So people who want to achieve that, because they are more attracted to sensual activities, they do such sacrifices, and so that they can go and live there for a long time and enjoy. But then Krishna says in chapter 9, right? What does he say? That how much ever somebody goes. So he says that this is just like a fairy wheel, no? In the fair we see that wheel like which rotates up and down. So Krishna compares that, and he says there that te tam bhuktva svargalokam vishalam kshine punye martyalokam vishanti, no? Evam tvai dharma manuprapannaha gata gatim kama kama labhante. So there Krishna says that what is the use, no, of going to these higher planets, because whoever goes there, once his all the pious credit is over, he has to come back again to this material world. And that is even more difficult because we live there so many years and come, and here many years would have passed, right? Just like if we imagine now, if somebody is going now to the heavenly planet, sorry, so what will happen? They will have to again come back after many years, because the years compared, I mean, there it goes fast, but for here it would have gone many years, because our devatas 1 day is our 1 year. No? So the time is different, no? In the different higher the planets, the time is more. So just like Brahma's, we see Brahma planet, we see that one moment when Brahma had in the Brahma Vimohana Leela, he took the cowherd boys and all the gopas. So when it was a moment, he wanted to test if Krishna was a god. But then while he came back, it was almost a year, and Krishna knew that, and he had to expand himself to so many calves, cows, and gopa boys. Excuse me. Sorry. So here he's saying that what is the use? Because even his father, Hiranyakashipu, right? He had got all the yogic powers, because 1,000 years he stood on one leg and he did so much of tapas. No, he was only like skeleton was visible, almost like, and it was like its head was no, from his head the fire was igniting. So it was like that kind of austerity he did. But what is the use of doing all that? Because he wanted to only destroy the demigods. That was his intention of the sacrifice. Actually, that what kind of sacrifice is that? Krishna speaks in chapter 17, no? So sacrifice in mode of goodness, mode of passion, and mode of ignorance.
Mataji, that
So
was a sacrifice in the mode of ignorance.
yes, because it is to destroy somebody, right? So such sacrifices are not good. So he got all the power from Brahma, and then he wanted to actually control the demigods. Literally, he was controlling all the demigods. Everybody were so afraid of Hiranyakashipu. That is where when they go to Kshirodaka Shai Vishnu and they pray, so that no, then Krishna, the Vishnu, he comes as Lord Narsimhadev to kill him. So he says that he had so much of power, he knew all that. His father was so powerful, yet he was vanquished by, in a moment, Krishna killed him. So what we can understand from, so what is the thing here? Basically, even Prabhupada explains here, whatever we see in this material world, opulence or longevity or influence, right? It's all short term. Nothing can stay for long. So there were many people who were very famous in the past. Now, I mean, everybody, there have been many generations, right? So many people have born and died. So only for some time they'll be remembered. Later, nobody will remember, right? So nobody will remember. So like Krishna is all opulent. He's full with no, all rich, all opulence. It is said, all fame. So Krishna, everyone remembers even after so many years. But the fame of other, I mean, mortals, nobody remembers, right? Only for short time they will be remembered, but after few years, everyone will forget. So Krishna also speaks about in the chapter 8, no, chapter 8, he says that the death, no, people are, we are, nobody discuss about death actually. No, everybody knows that. I mean, this was the question which was asked by Yaksha to Yudhishthira Maharaj. So when they were in incognito, right, in the forest, so he asked, like, what is the wonderful thing in this material world? So he says, so every day people are we see so many people, no, people see that so many people are dying. Still, everybody don't think that it is also coming to them. We never, we are having so many plans like we are to do in this life or enjoy or for our children, like we have plans made, big plans, no? So but he says that is very surprising thing in this material world, because though we know, we are not having that realization that any time, because it's in Krishna's hand. Krishna says mrityu sarva haraschaham, I will take away in the form of death. No, he takes away everything. So, but then there is always Krishna is ye yathamam prapadyante. For the devotees, what Krishna is actually, devotees are not very afraid because they know what is going to happen after this life. No, they are very sure. If you are doing devotional service or taken up devotional service, even if we have done little bit in this life, Krishna will make sure that we will either get in a devotee family to continue the devotional service, which is not completed, half done. He gives a favorable platform so that one can do the devotional service and go back to Godhead. But and somebody who does in this life only, they will directly go back to Godhead. But that is not the case with the non-devotees, right? So they're very afraid because they don't know what will happen. So much of anxiety. They don't want to give up the wealth, no, whatever they have accumulated. So they're afraid whether their children will take care of it or not. So much of anxiety, even at the time of deathbed, they're not. They're not thinking about Krishna. So that is the fate of so Krishna says that so much of fear will be there in the non-devotees. Even we see such big demons like Ravana or Kamsa, they were so afraid of Krishna. Kamsa was so afraid, like wherever he was, he was not able to eat or anything. He was only seeing Krishna. Like he was so afraid when he would come and kill him, because that kind of fear is created by the Lord. But in the same way, the first quality of a devotee in chapter 16, Krishna says abhayam. Abhayam means fearlessness. So he has fearlessness because he is so confident. Avashya rakshati Krishna. Avashya rakshabe Krishna. So if Krishna is there, rake Krishna mare Krishna rake. If Krishna has decided somebody want to kill, he will kill. Or if Krishna has to save, he will save. So that kind of faith is there actually in the devotees. So this material world, Prabhupada says here that a Vaishnava understands that this material world, whatever we see, the power or opulence or anything, that will not stay for a long time. No. So what are the difference if we have to see between this material world and the spiritual world? So in chapter 7, right, Krishna says that this material energy is made of 5 gross elements. What are they?
Earth, water, fire,
ether, and air.
And what are the 3 subtle energies?
mind, intelligence, and
Mind,
false ego.
intelligence, and false ego.
Yeah. So Krishna says, no, bhumirapo nalo vayuhu kammano buddhireva cha ahankara iti yamme bhinna prakritirashtadha. So this energy, whatever is created in the material world, is my energy. So of course, this is also Krishna's energy only, but this is made for certain purpose. But Prabhupada says, people have mistaken that we have come here to enjoy this material world. Just like Hiranyakashipu, like here we see in this purport, right? But that is not the intention why Lord has made this. Okay, so why did Krishna create this material world?
Mataji, because we forced Krishna because we were envious of Krishna, and he created because of that desire that was created in us to enjoy by independently. That's why he created a different planet for us.
Yes. So Krishna didn't have, some people will think, no, okay, if Krishna has only made it here, No, why did he do? Why did first of all he do? We are suffering so much. Why did Krishna? So Krishna never wanted to create it, right? That is because of our, like Mataji said, our enviousness. We didn't want it to stay with Krishna. Krishna forcefully, no, he is not interested. But then what to do? He had to, just like parents, no, if the very disobedient child, they will put some to some strict hostel or something where the child can be reformed, no, by, because they are not able to control, or he's not listening, whatever. So what to do? So they'll be sent like that. Or Prabhupada says, just like the criminals, no, the jail. So if somebody asks why is jail made, so why are criminals there? No, when there are criminal, of course there should be some law and a jail has to be made. So we can't question the government, why the jail. So of course it is required when there are criminals, just like that. So actually in Krishna's big creation, this is very small part. Material world is only 1/4 of the creation. But then it is to reform so that we come here. And so what happens? Usually we see when people understand properly that no, anything, no, just like nothing is permanent here. Even if we take it's relationships or love is also, it is mixed with lust. It's not pure love like that supreme abode of Krishna, right? The purity is not there here. It becomes mixed. No, everything is mixed here. No, it is contaminated. Prabhupada says it is contaminated when it comes to material world. So the relationships also is not permanent, right? In the supreme abode, it is all permanent. But in material world, we take so many lives, and in many different species and different father, mother. Every time, every life, there are different parents for us, different siblings, and different relationships we make. And even in the same life, the relationship may not stay for a long time, all right? Not every relationship can stay, like we can say like, okay, all relationship so far I have, it is still there from my birth, I'm still, no, nothing, it all goes. So because there is no real connection here in this material world. So there are so many difference, like, and also when we take even our material body itself, it is made of the five panchatattva, right? Gross element. So body itself is temporary. No, it has to go through some six stage, right? Six stages. What are the six stages? Prabhupada says in Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad,
Birth,
hmm,
youth, then
yeah.
growth,
Hmm.
then normal,
Create some effects, no?
critical.
Prabhupada says, like he will have his own children, no? So birth is there, he, no, he grows in the womb, and then he comes, and then he gives byproducts, in the sense, he also has his own family expansion and all that. And then finally dwindles, and Prabhupada says he dies, means he becomes old and then die. So those are the different stages which we go through. But Krishna is not like that. And also we also have subtle body which is covered. Actually we are soul, but then soul is covered by subtle body, which is mind, intelligence, and ego. Sorry. So, and then again, it is covered. So it is covered by the gross and subtle body. But Krishna's body is not like that. It is Satchidananda. Satchidananda means he is all blissful, all knowledge, and all attractive, right? Satchit Ananda. He is eternal. So his body does not, sorry, decay like
Eternal,
us, right?
blissful, knowledgeable.
Yeah,
Eternal, blissful, and
yeah,
knowledge.
blissful and knowledgeable. Chit is knowledge. Satchit Ananda. Ananda is blissful, but we are not, right? We are having some qualities. So, excuse me. Yeah, sorry. So yeah, so we are not, our body is not like that. It is made of all temporary things, which will actually become every day we are getting, or it is said all the cells, it is every day the old cells die and new cell form, and we are becoming older and older now, near to death, actually nearing to death. So our body is also not permanent. And Krishna is actually controlling Maya, but we are here, we are all controlled by Maya, right? He's the creator. He's the, because that is also his energy, which is Krishna made it here so that she reforms us by giving challenges. It is not that Maya want to keep us in Maya. It is because it is said Maya is for people who are more disobedient to the Lord. Hmm? Those people only, they are actually suffering a lot because they don't want to surrender to Krishna. So Prabhupada says here that Krishna has said, Sarvadharmam Paritejya, right? Yeah. So therefore, so Krishna demands that Sarvadharman Paritejya Mamekam Sharanam Raja. So if we are intelligent, one has to take to the devotional service. So to save oneself from the repeated death, old age, birth, and disease, right? We'll go to the next one. 7.9.24. Tasmadamusthanubhrutam aham ashishogna ayushriyam vibhavam aindriyam avirinchayat nechami te vilutitan uruvikramena kalatmanopanaya mam nijabhritya parshvam tasmadamusthanubhrutam aham ashishogna
Tasmadamusthanubhritam
Ayushriyam vibhavam aindriyam avirinchayat
Ayushriyam vibhavam aindriyam avirinchayat
Nechami te vilulitan uruvikramena
Nechami te vilulitan
Vikramena
kalatmanopayana mam nijabhritya parshvam
Kalatmanopapnaya
nijabhritya parsham
Mahadevam
tasmadamusthanubhrutam ahamashishogna
Amusthanubhritam
Tasmadamusthanubhritam
aham asti jognya
Ayushriyam vibhavam aindriyam avirinchayat
Ayushriyam vivam aindriyam avirinchayat
Nechami te vilulitan uruvikramena
Samite vilulitan uruvikramena
kalatmanopanaya mam nijabhritya parshvam.
Kalatmanopanya mam nija bhritya parchavam.
Okay. Who will read the translation?
Kalatmanopanaya mam nijabhritya parsham.
Yes. Yes, Snigdha Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Translation by Srila Bhakti Vedanta Srila Prabhupada ki jai. My dear Lord, now I have complete experience concerning the worldly opulence, mystic power, longevity, and other material pleasures enjoyed by all living entities, from Lord Brahma down to the ant. As powerful time, you destroy them all. Therefore, because of my experience, I do not wish to possess them. My dear Lord, I request you to place me in touch with your pure devotee and let me serve him as a sincere servant. Purport by Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada. By studying Srimad Bhagavatam, every intelligent man can get experience like that of Pralhad Maharaja through the historical incidents mentioned in this great literature of spiritual knowledge. By following in the footsteps of Pralhad Maharaja, one should gain thorough experience that all material opulence is perishable at every moment. Even this body, for which we try to acquire so many sensual pleasures, may perish at any time. The soul, however, is eternal. Anyate anyamane satri. The soul is never vanquished, even when the body is destroyed. An intelligent man, Mataji, kindly scroll up. An intelligent man, therefore, should care for the happiness of the spirit soul, not of the body. Even if one receives a body with a long duration of life, like those of Lord Brahma and the other great demigods, it will also be destroyed. And therefore, an intelligent man should be concerned with the imperishable spirit soul. To save oneself, one must take shelter of a pure devotee. Narottama Das Thakura therefore says, Chadiya Vaishnava Seva Nistara Payache Seva. If one wants to save himself from material nature's onslaught, which arise because of the material body, one must become Krishna conscious and try to fully understand Krishna. As stated in Bhagavad Gita 4.9, Janma karma cha me divyam ivam veti tattavat. One should understand Krishna in truth, and this one can do only by serving a pure devotee. Thus, Pralhada Maharaja prays that Lord Narasimha Deva place him in touch with a pure devotee and servant instead of avoiding him material opulence. Every intelligent man within this material world must follow Pralhada Maharaja. Mahajano yena gata sa pancha. Pralhada Maharaja did not want to enjoy the estate left by his father. Rather, he wanted to become a servant of the Lord. The illusory human civilization that perpetually endeavors for happiness through material advancement is rejected by Pralhad Maharaja and those who strictly follow in his footsteps. There are different types of material opulence, known technically as Bhakti, Mukti, and Siddhi. Bhakti refers to being situated in a very good position, like a position within the demigods in the higher planetary systems, where one can enjoy material sense gratification to the greatest extent. Mukti refers to being disgusted with material advancement and thus desiring to become one with the Supreme. Siddhi refers to executing a severe type of meditation like that of the yogis to attain 8 kinds of perfection, Anima, Laghima, Mahima, etc. All who desire some material advancement through Bhakti, Mukti, or Siddhi are punishable in due course of time, and they return to material affairs. Pralhada Maharaja rejected them all. He simply wanted to engage as an apprentice under the guidance of a pure devotee. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Translation. My dear Lord, now I have complete experience concerning the worldly opulence, mystic power, longevity, and other material pleasures enjoyed by all living entities. From Lord Brahma down to the ant, as powerful time, you destroy them all. Therefore, because of my experience, I do not wish to possess them. My dear Lord, I request you to place me in touch with your pure devotee and let me serve him as a sincere servant. So, Pralhad Maharaj is asking here that it is better to become a servant of pure devotee. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Gopi Pada Kamalayor Dasa Dasa Anu Dasa. So I want to become the servant of the gopis, right? Because gopis are, of the gopi bhartru, means the one who is the master of the gopis. I want to become the servant of servant. So basically, even in the Vaishnava Sampradaya, basically it is said that it is called mercy movement. Mercy movement means only by mercy one advances in spiritual life. So without mercy, we are not able to advance. Just like today's Raghunath Das Goswami, right? So we were discussing how he Actually, he couldn't get Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, though he did attempts but he had a wish, but he couldn't. But then when he got mercy, because when Nityananda Prabhu called him, no, it said he placed his foot on his head, right? He called him that why are you hiding and paying obeisances unto me? No, you have to. He gave punishment and he has to prepare the prasad, right? Dahi chivda. So he said he actually kept his foot, no, lotus foot. So then he got the mercy, and by serving the Lord, by doing the instructions that he gave, that by he got the mercy of Krishna. Otherwise, it is not possible for us. Unless one serves by serving, no, there are, as we know, we can serve the Guru by either Vapu or Vani Seva. So either by serving them directly in the association, like they are very fortunate people who get direct association to serve the spiritual master. But then many times not everybody gets the opportunity, or sometimes the spiritual master leave this planet, right, to the spiritual abode. So what happens? Then we follow his word. Prabhupada said, so even if I go, I live in my books, no, because these are all transcendental literature. Because even the Bhagavatam itself, it is called as, it is the literary incarnation of Krishna. So Krishna's literary incarnation is Srimad Bhagavatam. So it is not different than the Lord. That means if one follows all the instructions which is given in the Srimad Bhagavatam in the scriptures, then it is equally like we are having the direct association, the benefit that we are going to get. This is what Shukadev Goswami tells to Parikshit Maharaj by glorifying the Srimad Bhagavatam, that what one can get the benefit by having the direct association of the Lord, one can get by having association with Srimad Bhagavatam. So we all should make some time to read at least few verses. If you have not started, do start with the Canto 1. If you don't have books also, we have in the Veda base. You can start with some few verses every day, right? Some 3-4 verses you can read. If like that, you can start reading. It's really good, no, to be in association. Like even Prabhupada's instructions also we know. It is so Prabhupada answers us so many questions in his purports. So here he's saying that I need to become such devotee of such servant. So because such devotee is very pure, no? In Krishna says in chapter 18 that whoever preaching this Krishna consciousness to the world, that he is the most dearest servant. Prabhupada says, like Prabhupada, he preached in so many countries, right? I mean, all over the world, so many times he had been, and he was preaching the Krishna consciousness. Obviously, Prabhupada is very dear to Krishna. And Krishna says, Name Bhakta Pranashyati. He will, whatever Prabhupada has told, Krishna will make sure that it will be kept. If we follow just the instruction of Prabhupada, and Prabhupada promises us that he will take us back to Godhead if we follow the instructions. So what are the main instructions which Prabhupada has given us?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yeah.
Prabhupada has given instructions saying that if you want to, do something for me, to continue to read the books that he has written and visit Vrindavan. That's what two things he has mentioned. And the books are written by Srila Prabhupada, and the Vrindavan was explored by the Goswamis.
Okay, nice. Okay, anybody else want to add? What are the
Chant and
instructions?
follow 4 basic principles.
Yes, chanting, that is the compulsory one. And how many rounds one has to chant? What has
16.
Prabhupada has given?
16 rounds. Oh.
Yeah. And what are the 4 regulative principles which Prabhupada has given?
No meat eating, no gambling, no intoxication, and
No illicit sex.
no illicit sex.
Okay. So these, whatever Prabhupada has given, these are all in Shastras, right? So these are the 4 places where the Kali resides. So in Kali Yuga, why Kali is becoming more and more strong? Because these 4 are not neglected. These 4 are neglected in the Kali Yuga. People are not following. So that is why the Kali Yuga is advancing so fast, because the Shastras never go wrong. So whatever Prabhupada has given, that is actually based on Shastras. And these were the 4 places where when Kali was entering the kingdom, like just before starting of Kali Yuga, at the time of Parikshit Maharaj time. So he didn't allow him to go. And then Kali said, these are the 4 places he gave him that you can stay here for Kali Yuga. And there were one more place where he gave. What was that?
Gold, Mataji.
Yeah. So, so we should be very careful. If we are more attached to gold, then that is also Kali can, because of that only. Because Kali, I mean, it is a pastime, but then even he got influenced because of that. He got angry. It is said, no, Parikshit Maharaj. He got angry on which Muni, which sage he got angry.
Mataji, Shringi Rishi's father.
Yeah. So that is said that because that immediately that Kali sat on his crown itself because he was wearing a crown. So that was the other place. So basically Prabhupada didn't say anything about that, but he had given this 4 regulative principles and chanting of 16 round. No, if we do that, Prabhupada said that I will take you back to Godhead. That is Prabhupada's promise. So and Krishna obviously fulfilled the promise of a devotee, right? So we see like how even Narad Muni also in the Bhagavatam he says that how he became he was a maid servant, a son of a maid servant in the previous life, and how he become a Narad Muni, the pure devotee, and he become he also eternal associates of Lord. He is one of the Mahajan, no, and he goes to preach the Krishna conscious to all over the world, no, in all the different universe and everywhere, because that is the only thing he does. He does the glory and he gives the knowledge of the Lord. That is, sorry, of Krishna to everyone. So he says that in previous life, because of the association of Bhakti Vedantists, in the Chaturmas, there were some pure devotees, Bhakti Vedantists, to visit their home, and his mother was serving, and he was helping his mother. And because of that, and he was having the remnants of their, prasad, and by eating that, he got so much of knowledge. So it is said in Chaitanya Charita, Bhakta Pada Jal, Bhakta Pada Dhool, and Bhakta Bhukta Avashesh. That means the pure devotees, when the sand from the lotus feet, wherever they walk, that is so pure. If we have to take and put on our head. So whoever goes to Vrindavan, like in Raman Reti, the place right where Krishna Balram played, so they roll on the mud because some little at least if we get because they have played there and they were gopis, right, in the Vrindavan, in the Parikrama also. Those are the places where pure devotees of Krishna, they were walking there. Some dust if we may get that Krishna Bhakti, it is said. We will get love of Krishna. So that is why it is recommended to walk in Vrindavan, not by wearing. We should not wear slippers or anything, because it's a holy dham. We should not see we should not see like materially, oh, it is dirty like that. We should never see in that way. We have to see as a spiritual place, and it will be offensive if we comment or see that as material thing, the spiritual place. So Bhakta Pada Dhool, it is said, and Jal means the water which is washed the lotus feet of a devotee. And then the Bhakta Bhukta Avashesha means the reverence that the pure devotee has left. So by eating that or by taking that dust, one can get the Krishna Prema, it is said. Right? So for that, we need to have a mercy from the Guru. And how does that mercy come? By serving them. And how we can, it will be surprising to know how Pralhad Maharaj knew all this. No, he says, therefore, because of my experience. What is the experience he has? He has not gone through everything, but how does he know that what are material pleasures enjoyed by Lord Brahma and or the Devatas, because he has heard from the authorities, right? So that is why so much of importance was given to Shravanam in our scriptures and by all the acharyas. But nowadays, nobody, they make their own theories and some mental speculation and give their own philosophy, you know. So, because there's no proper parampara system, if proper parampara is not there, we will not get that mercy. It has to come from a parampara system, right? So even Arjuna also said that I agree everything whatever you have told Krishna, because the same has been confirmed by the acharyas like Asilo Devalo Vyasa. No, all those people have told that you are the supreme personality of Godhead. And now you yourself you are saying that you are God. So I accept everything. No, in chapter 10 he says. So it is all because by hearing. Hearing is given so much thing. So that is why, though Pralhad Maharaj was a small child, 5 years old, so how does he have this experience? Because of the pure association with pure devotee. Narad Muni, right? Narad Muni was the one whom, when he was in womb only, he got the association of a pure devotee and he got all the knowledge. Prabhupada says, whoever is a devotee, he's all knowledge. It does not like require that he has to literally learn or go and practically learn or from a college. No, that is, he has all the knowledge, the real knowledge. The devotee has it. Because Prabhupada gives analogy that just like a king shares his opulences with his subjects, right? So similarly, whoever is associated with Krishna, Krishna shares some of his opulences. So that is why little bit if we get that knowledge and everything, whatever Krishna has, we get in a little bit also our life becomes successful, right? Okay, we'll do one more. Okay, fast, we can do one. Do one time reading. 7.9.25. Kutrashisha Shrutishuka Mrugatrishniroopa Kvedam Kalevaram Ashesharujam Viroraha Nirvidyate Natu Jano Yad Apiti Vidvan. Sorry. Kamanalam Madhu Lavai Shamayan Durapaihi Kutrashisha Shrutishuka Mrugatrishniroopa Vedam Kalevaram Ashesharujam Viroraha Nirvidyate na tu jano yad apiti vidvan. Kamanalam madulavai shamayantu rapaihi. Muralidharan Prabhu, please read. Muralidharan Prabhu, please read the translation. And
Hare Krishna.
Papat.
Translation.
Vedam Kalevaram Ashesharuja.
Where are you?
Hare Krishna.
There's some lag,
Translation.
Signa Mataji, I think. Internet, no? She's hearing late. Okay. Muralidharan Prabhu, please
Yes.
start.
Yes, Mataji. Translation. In this material world, every living entity desires some future happiness, which is exactly like a mirage in the desert. Where is water in the desert, or in other words, where is happiness in this material world? As for this body, what is its value? It is merely a source of various diseases. The so-called philosophers, scientists, and politicians know this very well, but nonetheless, they aspire for temporary happiness. Happiness is very difficult to obtain, but because they are unable to control their senses, they run after the so-called happiness of the material world and never come to the right conclusion. purport. There is a song in the Bengali language which states, I constructed this home for happiness, but unfortunately there was a fire and everything has now been burned to ashes. This illustrates the nature of material happiness. Everyone knows it, but nonetheless, one plans to hear or think something very pleasing. Unfortunately, all of one's plans are annihilated in due course of time. There were many politicians who planned empire, supremacy, and control of the world. But in due time, all their plans and empires and even the politicians themselves were vanquished. Everyone should take lessons from Pralhad Maharaj about how we are engaged in so-called temporary happiness through bodily exercises for sense enjoyment. All of us repeatedly make plans which are which are all repeatedly frustrated. Therefore, one should stop such plan making. As one cannot stop a blazing fire by constantly pouring ghee upon it, one cannot satisfy oneself by increasing plans for sense enjoyment. The blazing fire is Bhava Maha Davan, Davagnya, Davagni, the forest fire of material existence. This forest fire occurs automatically, without endeavor. We want to be happy in the material world, but this will never be possible. We should simply increase the blazing fire of desires. Our desires cannot be satisfied by illusory thoughts and plans. Rather, we have to follow the instructions of Lord Krishna. Sarva Dharman Parityagya Paritya Paritagya Mama Ekam Sharanam Vraja. Then we shall be happy. Otherwise, in the name of happiness, we shall continue to suffer miserable conditions. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. So yeah, so this is basically the nature of material world is mode of passion. So Krishna says that in chapter 5 that the intelligent one does not take what is that pleasure in this such temporary things. ये हि संस्पर्शजा भोगाः दुःखयो नव एव ते आद्यन्तवन्त कौन्तेय न तेषु रमते बुधः. So all the senses that we are getting, so everything, the eyes want to see the beautiful thing, ear want to hear the beautiful, melodious music, and the tongue was to want to taste the tasty, food, and the nose want to smell something very, nice aroma and like this. So these are all attractive. We have seen that how each animal, some sense organ is very strong. So the deer, it is said, it is very strong sense of smell, and the hunter catch him but just by not smell, it is ears, the hearing. No, the music, it is very attracted to music. So the hunter plays the music and it is caught. And you only tell. I'll just say which animal the strong it's the very what to say sense, which sense, like ear is attractive for deer, and for the tongue which animal is given in shastras, which animal they say, anyone know?
Fish.
Yeah, fish. So many things available for it in water, right? So many in the ocean. I mean, it's there, so much to eat. But then the fisherman puts a bait and it comes to eat that, and it is caught, right? So everywhere, wherever they, just elephant, it is said the sense of touch. And how do they catch the elephant? By sending a she elephant, which is a trained one, and they will actually make a big pit so that the elephant will fall there. And for 1 week, they'll not give anything, and like that only they tame. So basically, they'll send the she elephant, she will run, and then he comes behind, and finally, she will not fall. She will take him that route, and he will fall there in the ditch. No. And so like that, and it is said for the moth. For the
Light.
moth, yeah, light. It's attracted to light, and we see that it goes and dies near the light because it can't take the heat. So similarly, for humans, so for humans, all the senses are strong. So how more dangerous? Like Chanukya says that it's like we are living in a house of serpents. So death is sure to come, he says. So similarly, uncontrolled sense and mind in us, it is just like we are living, like any time there could be some suffering will come up because of our uncontrolled mind and senses. So that is so true. So here it is said that they are the one should understand. So it's all illusionary, but we are making big plans and thinking to enjoy. But don't you? I mean, we all know that we have been told when we were small that when you come to, like, you cross certain age, or you finish your school, you'll be very happy. And when you come to college, they say no, no. Again you start doing for exams and this one. And when you come to job, you get a good job, you'll be happy, you earn. So, but does it end there? No. So when you go and get a job and you are earning, again there are so much of problems everywhere. And it is said, okay, you get married, you'll be happy. Again, married, no happy. And then again it said, okay, you have children, you'll be happy. So children also, and then children grow up, they settle, you will be happy. So it's always in future, you know, contemplating, like it's always like hallucination kind of, like it's not there now, it's always in somewhere in future. So that is a thing, the material, I mean, here material world plans are like that only, because we are, when nothing is connected to Krishna, so there's always only suffering. So here in the Pralhad Maharaj is referring that to a mirage, right? So what is a mirage actually?
Mirage
It gives a
is a
illusion.
Mataji, mirage is it is an illusion that some water is there, water body is there in the desert.
Yeah.
From far
Yes.
away, we can see
So
that
it
some
get,
water appears.
yeah.
That is-
So animal, so there is some animal who wants to have water. It sees some far, or somebody is lost in desert. It sees from far, it looks like a water. Actually, it's a reflection of sun only. No, it looks like a water, and when you go there, there's no water. It's just a mirage. So similarly, happiness is compared here in the material world is just like a mirage. It's not true happiness. No, it's all temporary. No, that is why Krishna says that Matra spashastu kaunteya shitoshna sukha dukkada agama paino nitya tamsi tikshasva bharata. So he says that in this world, the happiness and sorrow are just like a seasons. Just like the seasons come and go, no, nothing is permanent. So now it is what season? Rainy season is going on. And then winter comes and then summer comes. No, like that. Just like how the seasons change, even the happiness and sorrow, what to say, the sukha and dukkha keeps coming. Not necessary, we need not plan actually for our happiness. It, even if you don't endeavor, it will come on its own. If it has to come, it will come. So why should we? No, Krishna says, be tolerant. Be tolerant. Take it in a, so no need to become very happy that once you achieved, or if somebody is a king, he is not permanently king. When we see, someone has is elected or as prime minister or any other ministers, anybody has remained, say, I mean, permanently, like, no, it keeps changing, right? So similarly, the happiness and the sorrow also, it comes and goes. So one should not uh, get disturbed by such changes. It is uh, very common in this material world, and it's like big mirage. So like Bhakti Vinoda Thakur, no, he says that in Jiva Jago, no, Gaura Chand Bole. So he says there that sleep up waking souls, no, take into the chanting of the holy name. So he says ene che aushadhi maya nasiborolaya. So only the people who are fortunate are getting this, the holy name. And because to give that, you have come, no, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that is Krishna himself comes as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu because he knows these people of Kali Yuga cannot do any austerity. At least it's a simple one. By chanting just holy name, we can get delivered. So how beautiful. But we have to chant. So chanting should be, without offenses. Only then we can get Krishna. But with the offense, if we do, so we cannot, right? So it is said that when we get a higher taste, we can easily reject the lower taste. So more and more being in the association of devotees and reading the scriptures, we get our taste for material enjoyment reduces. No, param drushtva nivartate. So when we get the higher taste, just like how the Maya in the form of a beautiful woman, she was so attractive, and she wanted to, she goes to Haridas Thakur, but Haridas Thakur did not even get disturbed. No, by even she was young and beautiful. Why? Because he had got the higher taste. When you have the higher taste, it is possible. Otherwise, it's very difficult to control the senses. We see how like Shabari Muni, no? He was so afraid, he went inside the water so that nobody will disturb him, because no beautiful woman can come or anyone, just like, he want, even Vishwamitra got disturbed, but then, so even in the water also, he just saw the two fishes together, and he got the desire that he should get married. And we know, like, he married, and so big family, he married so many daughters of a king, and he had many children. And many years later, he realized that, what am I doing? No, this was not my thing. Like, why did I start behaving like a normal karmi? So then, after many years, he realizes. So Prabhupada says, but a devotee is very intelligent. He will not fall down, because Krishna will, he's not attracted. Just like here we saw, Prabhupada says, Bhukti Mukti Siddhi Kami Sakale Ashanti Krishna Bhakta Nishkami Tata Eva Shanta, right? Did we see here or previous one? Yeah, previous one, no? Something, yeah, I think previous one it was there. So basically, nobody can else be happy, because when we have desire to enjoy, then nobody can be happy. That's it. But when we have desire to serve Krishna, then automatically, when we are in connection with Krishna, we will be happy. Hare Krishna. Thank you, everyone. Sorry.
Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha. Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyev cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha anantakoti vaishnavati ki jai namacharya das ki jai Srila Prabhupada. Please do mark the attendance, everyone. Mataji has posted in the link. Thank you, Mataji, Veena Mataji. Thank you,
Hare
everyone.
Krishna, Mataji. Mataji,
Hare
I
Krishna.
first
Yes.
time did Nirjala Ekadashi 2 days
Hari
ago,
Bol.
Mataji.
Hari
It felt really good. Yeah.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Okay. Can we chant 3 times Hare Krishna? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.